So today I want to share a cool statistic with you. We just hit 480 million views. That's just shy of 500 million views to this channel. So I just wanted to say thank you for your support and for tuning in each day. So let's end this week with a fun and easy sketch lesson of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Now the first thing we're going to do is define the proportions of our drawing by blocking out the basic shapes. So let's start in the center of our page and sketch out an oval. We use the side edge of our pencil, starting from the very top in the middle. Just going to work our way around towards the left. Just going to come down towards the bottom of our oval, and then back up along the right side towards the top. And then we're going to add some guidelines to help balance out our drawing. Starting at the very top, we're going to sketch a straight line coming down, all the way down towards the bottom of our page. And I'm also going to add a guideline going across the center of our oval, starting back on the left, go all the way across. Let's move to the center of the head and draw an oval for the nose. So we're going to step up, just work our way out towards the left, and then down towards the bottom, and then back up towards the top. Let's locate the inside corner of the eyes. We're going to step down from the center line, move down, and sketch a straight line going across the head. And then from the left side of the nose, we're going to step out. Just going to curve the eye, going up, out towards the left, and then just round this out. Just going to pull that down on the left side of the head. Let's do the same thing on the right. We're going to take that same distance, go up, and then bend that out, and then down towards the side of the head. And then going back to the left side, we're just going to curve the eye coming down, and then bend that up towards the side of the head. Now we want to trace the outside shape of the eye along the inside. So we're going to step in, just leave an even space gap all the way around. Just going to round out the side, come down, and then in towards the inside corner. Let's do the same thing on the right. And then we'll move down and draw on the mouth. Let's start back over on the left side. We're going to curve up in the middle, just underneath the nose. Pull that back down on the right side. Now we're just going to curl up the corners of the mouth. Just going to bend this up just underneath the eyes. Let's draw the bottom of the mouth. We're going to start back over on the left, come down towards the middle, towards the bottom of the oval, and back up on the right. Let's move back to the sides and square out the jaw. We're going to start from the side of the head, and come down, and then in. And then from here, just going to round out the jaw, curve down just underneath the mouth, and back up on the right side. And then we'll add a small highlight circle on the top of each pupil. So starting on the left, come all the way around and then back up. Do the same thing on the right. And then using the flat edge of our pencil, we're just going to lightly shade in the pupils. I'm going to move out to the side and block in the ears. So let's start on the side of the eye. I'm just going to start by curving out and then up. Line this up on the right and do the same thing, going up to the same height. And then from the top, we're just going to sketch out an oval. Let's start on the left side. I'm just going to go up, round up the ear, come down, and then back in, just to create that oval. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. So I'm going to bring this up to the same height that we have on the left, come down, and then back up on the inside. And then we'll sketch in the outside of the ear. Starting from the side of the oval, we're just going to pull this out, then this in, and then up towards the side of the head. Now the ears are going to fold in along the bottom. So let's start on the inside edge, curve down, and then in towards the side of the head. Do the same thing on the right. Now from here, we're just going to step up, curve down, and then out. Let's add a gap along the outside of each ear, starting at the bottom, and go up and in, and then go straight out. Let's do the same thing on the right, but we're going to go up along the top. Come down and in, and then go straight out. Now we're going to block out that hair along the top of the head. So from the center, we're going to step over towards the left, just going to curve out towards the right, and then up. We'll taper that back down on top of the head. Let's add a smaller one, going out and up, pulling it down and then in. Let's move down and block out the body. We're going to start with the upper torso, stepping over towards the left side, just underneath the head. We're going to sketch out a half circle, coming down and then back up. And then from the bottom of that half circle, we're going to sketch out a larger circle for the lower torso, going out towards the side, down towards the bottom, and then back up. And then we'll smooth out the side of the body. Starting from the side of that half circle, just going to curve down and then out towards the outside of the circle. Let's continue working down with the legs. We're going to start all the way over on the left side, and go down and out, go over towards the right, and do the same thing. And then from this point, we're just going to curve the leg, going out, round up the leg, and then pull that in towards the side of the lower torso. And then we'll tuck the feet in underneath the legs. We're going to start on the outside, curve the foot, going out, round this out, come down along the bottom of the foot. Now it's going to round out the heel, coming in and then back out. Do the same thing on the right. Rounding out the heel, rounding out the foot, and then just pulling that up underneath the leg. Let's move back up to the top and block out the arms. We're going to start on the left side. We're going to block out the shoulder. Starting from the top of the body, we're going to draw a half circle, going out and then back in. And then from the outside of the shoulder, curve the arm, coming down and then out towards the elbows. Let's round out the elbows with a circle. Starting back on the left, just going to draw a small circle along the outside and draw that same size circle over on the right. And then the forearms are going to cross over on top of the body. Let's start at the bottom of the circle, come down, and then up on the inside. Let's round out the arm and then go back out towards the top of that circle. And then we'll bend the hands coming down from the wrist. Let's start on the outside of the bottom of the arm. Just come down, round out the hand, and then pull that up on the inside. Now that we've finished blocking out our character, I'm going to go back in and lightly erase some of these initial guidelines. Once we're happy with the general proportions of our drawing, I'm going to go back in and add a second level of detail. Let's add a fold along the top of each eye. So starting at the top on the left, curve up, and just hook that down on the inside. Do the same thing on the right. And then we'll add some wrinkles just up above the nose. We're going to start on the left, just curve up, then down, and we'll add a shorter curve just up above. Let's add some nostrils on the side of the nose. We're going to start on the left side, curve in and then down on both sides, and then we'll lightly shade in the nostrils. We're also going to add a small fold underneath each eye. So let's start on the left, curve down and then out. Do the same thing on the right. Let's move down to the mouth and block in the top row of teeth. Starting in the center, draw a half oval, coming down and up. Go back to the center, do the same thing on the right. Let's add a few more teeth. And then we'll block in the bottom row of teeth. Starting in the center, curve up and then down. And I'm going to leave a gap, go to the right side, draw another tooth. Let's add a couple more on the left and right side. Let's add that patch in the center of the body. From the shoulder, we're going to step in, curve down, and then out in behind the arms on both sides. And move down to the bottom, starting on the left, curve down the middle, round this out, and then go up underneath the arm on the right. And then we'll go back and separate out the fingers. Let's start on the left side. You can draw a curve coming down, and then pull that up. Now I'm going to step in, curve down, and up the second finger. And then the third finger will step up, curve in, and then out towards the top of the wrist. Let's do the same thing on the right. Just rounding out the first finger, step down, curve down and up, and then the third finger coming in and up towards the top of the hand. I'm also going to go back and add some shape to the legs. Let's start from the very top. I'm going to curve this down and then out towards the outside of the leg. And then we'll round out the knee and then come back in. Let's fix the lower edge of the body. Starting back on the left, curve down and then up. And then from the left side, I'm going to step in, curve out and then down. Just adding a little bend to the inside of the legs. I'm also going to make the feet a little bit wider. Starting from the inside, just widen this out along the heel. And then we'll add the toes. Let's start back over on the left and draw a half oval, going up and then down. Leave a gap and draw that 2 more times. And then we'll lightly shade in the toes. Now at this stage, if we're happy with the general proportions, we can go in with the tip of our pencil and start adding some detail and refining the shape. Let's start over on the left side with the eye. Just darkening up the contours and just fixing the shape. And then we'll go in and darken up the inside of the pupil, starting off really dark along the top. And then to give it that glare and that shape, we can always feather this out as we go down towards the bottom. So I'm going to switch back to the side edge of my pencil, just darken up the pupil, and then slowly fade this out as we come down. Then we'll add an even shade to the nose. We're also going to thicken up the brow along the top of each eye. And we'll just continue to trace the contours of the body along the bottom. Let's add a claw along the tip of each finger. So start on the outside, come down and out, and we'll just taper that back up underneath the finger. We'll do the same thing to each finger. And then we'll fill the claws in. Now I'm going to go back and add a light even tone to the head and body. And then we'll go back and darken the tone of the nose. Just go a little bit darker than the body. And we'll add a darker shadow along the bottom edge to create a shadow. And then we're just going to blend that up. And then we'll create a shadow inside the fold of the ears. So we're going to start a little bit darker on the inside, and then just fade that out. Now to give our character some shape, we're going to add some shadow along the underside of the body. Let's start with the ears. Starting off a little bit darker along the bottom edge, and then fading that out as we go up. And also casting a shadow from the nose on top of the face. And then the head is also going to cast a shadow on the top of the body. So we'll start a little bit darker along the top and then fade that out. Now we're going to go back up to the top and add in the tongue. Let's start on the left side. We're going to sketch a curve that goes up, then just pull that down on the right side of center, and then we'll go back to create an overlap, go up, and then down towards the bottom of the mouth. And then we'll darken up the inside of the mouth along the top. And as we get closer to the end of our drawing, I'm going to add a little bit more detail, clean up the outer edge using our eraser, and also adding a drop shadow underneath. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Stitch. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.